Hennythemoor, reporting live from the liquor store. How's everybody doing, man? Hey, we done made it through hump day, man. Like, we halfway through the week, you know. So it's about time for a liquor store run, man. I know these last couple of days, they probably done stress you out at the job. Your co-workers probably talking too much, smacking gum in your ear. You know what I'm saying? Kids, wives probably done word the hell out you. But we're good, man. It's time to enter the liquor store. It's time to get drunk on the Dallas Cowboy content together, man. So salute to all y'all good people for showing up and showing your love and support for the channel, which is the liquor store. So real quick, man, shout out to my guy Stephen Harrison for sliding through and showing love. NFZ dropping the stars, man. What's up with you? Matter of fact, NFZ, you gonna have to start putting 6 in there, man. You gonna have to start dropping 6 stars in the chat box, and we're going for ring number 6 this year, man. Hey, shout out to my brother Dwayne Brown, a long-time supporter of the content in the channel. Salute to you. Miss Regina Green with the green sliding in. Sugar Daddy 1 sliding in. My Arkansas brother Emmanuel Thomas just slid in the building, man, reporting live from Pine Bluff. What's up with you, man? I'm an El Dorado boy, man, so we all 870. Matt Leslie, what's up with you? My brother Joe said he's sharing on all the platforms, man. That's love right there, man. Thank you for that. Thank you. And then, of course, man, Desmond Ironman, a.k.a. Tony Stark, slid in here, man. Salute to him. Joe Grace been in here showing love. Who else was up in here earlier? My guy, Jameson Taylor. Salute to you. Big Benny Rich. Yeah, so a bunch of y'all already came in and patronized the liquor store, man. So salute to y'all, man. Thank y'all for all the love and support. DP Johnson, I see you. So, man, it's really going to be a straightforward show, man. I'm going to talk about some of the comments that Dak Prescott made. He did do a charitable event as he always does. He got interviewed while he was there. So we're going to talk about some of the comments that were made, some of the things to take away from what he said. We're just going to have a good time tonight, man. Nothing too pressing. Of course, after we get through the meat and potatoes of the subject matter, then we'll move over to Q&A. But before I get too far ahead of myself, man, on your way into the liquor store, I need y'all to do a couple things for me, man. I need y'all to hit that like button for me, right? We're trying to manipulate this algorithm so that more folks can find their way into the liquor store, man. Yo, Brian Kite, what's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in. I ain't seen you in a second, man. I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you can slid in. Also, after you hit that like button, I'm gonna need y'all to hit that share button for me too. You hit that share button, it's going to inform more people that the liquor store is open for business and more people can find their way into the liquor store, man. And next, I know you're working your hands a lot, but I need you to definitely do this. I need you to find an Eagles fan and slap the shit out of them. Because if you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, you will receive half off all the merchandise inside the liquor store. And we got what you need to succeed over here, man. We got gin, we got hen, Cowboy Readers, and of course the dreaded Eagles tears. They've been fermenting and getting strong the last 5, 6, 4 months, however long it's been since they got their head beat in the Super Bowl. So they potent. So just be careful with them when you do buy a bottle of that. Also, something more tangible. We are still running this ticket raffle. We are still going to be sending 2 of y'all to see the Dallas Cowboys beat the eyebrows off the Philadelphia Eagles live in person. Yeah, live in person, you'll get to see the Dallas Cowboys stump out the Philadelphia Eagles, man. So, to enter is only $10 per entry. You can send as many entries as you like. And then, you got all the way up to August the 1st to do so. So, we got 3 prizes. The first place winner is going to get a ticket with a seat attached to it so you can sit back, relax, and watch the game in peace. Second place winner is going to receive a ticket for standing room and general admission, so you can still go in there and rock out with the rest of the fanatics. And then the third place winner is either going to get a Dallas Cowboy jersey of their choice, or they will receive, a PlayStation 4. It just depends on how big into games you are. So if any of that sounds like it interests you, you can hit the Cash App, or now that we're monetized on the page, thank God, you can hit the super chat, or you can hit the super stickers and still send a denomination in that way. And hey, even if you don't want to enter, you can also support the content in that same manner. So I appreciate y'all for the love and support. So let's go ahead and jump directly into the content, man. Let's get to the content. So like I was saying, Dak Prescott went out there, to an event, and he spoke. They interviewed him. He spoke about a couple of different things. We're going to look at his answers, just to dissect his mindset right now going into the season, and some of the things, see we can, get through the minutia of some of the things he said. We know that Dak Prescott a lot of times gives very rehearsed, statements. Dak Prescott makes sure he's on his P's and Q's in public. So, he doesn't always slip up and say, what's really on his mind and things like that. But he still will drop some gems if you really dissect what he's talking about. So first and foremost, man, let's take a look. Let's take a look at this actual video. It's a 36-second video, of Dak Prescott and what he said he wants his legacy to be. So let's take an overall look at his mindset going into the season. So this is what Dak Prescott says he wants his legacy to be. So I'm finna screen share this with y'all real quick. Let me go ahead and mute my music real quick. Now we're finna expand, and y'all can listen to Dak Prescott say it for himself.
Want to be right there with those two guys that say won a Super Bowl for this organization. And then as a person, I want to be a hell of a player. So he's a great player, one of the best Hall of Fame type player that when I'm done, they can say he was that type of player, but the person he was way better. Really just as much as I hope I impact and inspire other people, you guys got me today. Got me this morning. A man my mom would be proud of, really. Yeah. Y'all got me. Want to be right there with those two guys that say.
All right. There we go. So let's put the music back on. And then we're going to shut that down real quick. Also, shout out, to Matt for sending your raffle entry, my boy. I did receive it while the video was playing. So, they got you an entry for the Dallas Cowboy ticket raffle. So you improve your odds of winning. So salute to you. And if y'all want to be like Matt Leslie and improve your odds of winning this jersey or this PlayStation 4 or one of these game tickets to go see the Dallas Cowboys play the Eagles in Dallas, then hit the Cash App and hit the supers, man. Satellite Sonny said, Henny uncut, no chase. Hey, so appreciate you, man. Thank you for tapping in. No, thank you, Matt. Hey, everything. Hey, I appreciate all y'all for the love and support, man. So the things I want to take away from what Dak Prescott said. First and foremost, yeah, man, that got to me too, man. Like he's a very humble dude, man. Just from everything that I see about him, just from everything that's said about him, he's generally a good dude. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons why I do want him to succeed, man. Like he is legitimately a good dude. He does try and work on his craft. He does, listen, Dak Prescott works his ass off, right? For people to say that he is not, talented, saying, and still be a top 10 quarterback year in and year out. He doesn't have the biggest arm in the world. He's not the best athlete in the world, and to still put up the kind of production that he puts in, he works so hard, man. Like he is working at a high level to be this accurate, to be this precise, to have that much control of the offense, to do the things he does game in and game out. So, you really feel for Dak, man. Mickey, I see you sliding in. Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store. Salute to you. So, yeah, man, you definitely want Dak Prescott to succeed, right? You definitely want Dak Prescott to succeed, and really what's crazy about it, he's already has exceeded every expectation that they placed on him, right? You have certain media members that said that Dak Prescott would be a backup tight end in the NFL, right? They said he would be a backup tight end at the NFL level. That boy that went out there, won Rookie of the Year, made an all-rookie team, made 2 Pro Bowl selections, is second in franchise history in career passing yards, second in franchise history, career passing touchdowns, top 10 in passing rating in league history, top 10 in passer rating in league history. Like all these amazing milestones, he's hitting them. They said he could never do nothing like that. So, truth of the matter, Dak Prescott has already, surpassed the expectations that people put on him. But they said he couldn't be a starting level quarterback. Well, not only is he a starting level quarterback in the NFL, you know what I'm saying? Like he's one of the best. He's one of the best in the league. And if you look at advanced analytics, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the last 20 years. The only thing that is escaping Dak Prescott's resume right now is a Super Bowl win. So, I think that's to come. But, he spoke about that being part of his legacy. That is something that he is striving for. He is striving to try and be up there with Troy Aikman. He's striving to try and be up there with Roger Staubach. He's doing everything in his power, you know what I'm saying, to go in there. He's doing everything in his power to go in there and reset the bar. He's trying to be one of the better quarterbacks in our franchise history. So salute to Dak Prescott. I'm glad that that's his mind state. I'm glad it's something he wants to do. And listen, man, he said flat out, he wants to be a man that his mama could be proud of, man. Like, how can you not root for Dak Prescott, man? How can you not root for Dak Prescott? Like, real talk. And you wonder, and people wonder why guys go so hard for Dak, man. Like all the guys he plays with. Who put you in timeout? Who timed you out, Jameson Taylor? Put in the chat box who timed my brother out. But yeah, so that's why guys speak so highly of Dak. They see that work ethic, man. He invite these guys out to his house to practice, right? He invite these guys out to practice and work on their craft. Wow, he timed you out. Well, that ain't cool. That ain't cool at all. So yeah, man. I definitely see, why people rock with Dak Prescott like that, man. He's a genuine dude. He wants to be good. He wants to be great. So kudos to Dak, man, because you just think about the kind of scrutiny that he faces day in and day out, just being the franchise quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. You would think that they will have a lot of perks with that, but you get so much ridicule in the national media, in the local media, from your own fan base, from rival fan bases. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard, man. It's hard to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. He does it in stride, man. He does it in stride. So he's locked in. And one thing that people will never say about Dak Prescott is that he is not mentally tough. He's one of the most mentally tough players in the league. That's why he's able to perform, at the level that he does. That's why he's able to have these comeback victories. That's why he's able to win the amount of games that he's won. And he's been able to play at a high level despite the controversy and the criticism that he receives day in and day out. So yeah, man. So that's just the first part. I wanted y'all to really gauge Dak Prescott's mindset. Brian Kite says Cash App. The Cash App is $Hennythemoor for the Cash App. Yo, what's up with you, Zakar? I see you sliding through, man. Thank you for the love and support. Thank you for tapping in with me, man. So let's take a look real quick, man, at this next one. Because there's a bunch of quotes, so let's talk about all of them. And this is really the one that I want to spend some time on. Right? This is really the one I want to spend some real time on, man. Hey, Jameson, what's up with you? All right. So, of course, they asked Dak Prescott about the upcoming season, And this was what he had to say. He said, you're able to take 2 12-win seasons over into this one and build, right? It's the first time in my career I can say I feel like consecutive seasons are building. Let's read that one part right there again. What's up, Double R? I see you sliding in, man. Thank you for tapping in, my boy. He said it's the first time, FIRST, as in this ain't never happened to me before. This is the first time in my 7-year career that I felt like we were building on consecutive seasons. Well, let's just dive into that real quick. 2016, and this is going to be where this word is. I need y'all, if you can spell, and even if you can't spell, I need you to put continuity, right? Continuity into the chat box. You can put that or put continuity, however you want to pronounce it. But put matter of fact, let's do continuity. That's a little bit easier. Put continuity in the chat box if you know how to spell. If you don't, don't embarrass yourself in front of all these other people. But put continuity in the chat box for me. And that's going to be the word of the day over here at the liquor store. Thank you. Continuity. So let's take a look back at Dak Prescott. What he had to work with, what he went through over the course of his career. 2016, Dak Prescott, 4th round rookie, came in, best offensive line in the NFL. He had, Ezekiel Elliott, all-pro running back. He had Dez Bryant for most of the year. He did miss some time with injury. He did have a Hall of Fame tight end. He had some pieces around him. They won 13 games. They made it as the number 1 seed in the NFC, and then they were able, to go out there, and they put up a great fight against Aaron Rodgers and them, right? No harm. There's nothing wrong with losing a shootout to Aaron Rodgers. You scored over 30 points. Your defense gave up over 30 points. So you want to shoot. You lost a close shootout with Aaron Rodgers. So the spelling bee word be having me face. Y'all so crazy in the chat box. Why y'all like this? So that was 2016, right? Dak Prescott went out there, balled, won rookie of the year, made the first team all rookie team, made a Pro Bowl selection, won 13 games. Great start. Right. And also shout out to the serial slapper, the one and only Neil. He done slapped 4 in the honor of Dak Prescott. And then that boy turned around and sent a 10-piece through the super chat. Salute to him, man. Salute to him. And Neil, that got you another entry, off in here for this the Dallas Cowboy tickets, the PlayStation 4. It got your entries into all that. So Neil, you now have 9 entries. Right, so Neil, you got 9 entries, my guy. So that puts you tied with S.A. Richburg for the second best odds of winning the Dallas Cowboys grand prize, which is the ticket with the seat attached to it. So, if you want to improve your odds like my brother Neil just did, you know what I'm saying, then you do so. And then shout out to Mickey. She said she ain't never seen Dak this excited about the offense. Man, he been raving about this offense all off season. He has not stopped. This man has been on a tangent about this offense from the personnel to the system. You know what I'm saying, about the work that they've been putting in. That he is happy. The way that he described the offense, you can see that he had a twinkle in his eye. He was talking about it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he had a twinkle in his eye the way that they were discussing the stuff going on around Dak Prescott. So I'm happy for it. I'm happy for the boy, man. So, but just to get back to real quick to continuity, right? Continuity. How you want to say it? Continuity? That was 2016. We know he was rookie of the year, won 13 games, number 1 seed, yada yada. What happened in 2017? They brought back a majority of the offensive line, but they did lose Leary. But the most important thing that happened, He lost the protection of Tyron Smith in a crucial part of the season when he went down with injury. And he also lost Ezekiel Elliott, his running mate, for 6 consecutive games that completely derailed the Dallas Cowboys momentum. Dak Prescott started that season, 16 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. No, he 16. Yes, no, it was 16 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. He started that season through the first 8 games. He had 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and he was actually on pace to have a better season, than he did his rookie year. Real quick, shout out to Mickey. She said Dak mentions B Cook in every interview. He does. He loved that. He loved that boy, man. Look, listen. Cook has definitely came and fit right like a glove. And Mickey, that extra 5 you sent also got you an entry. It got you an additional entry for the Dallas Cowboy raffle. So Mickey, that moves you up to 7. You now have 7 entries, and that puts you. Let's see, because he has 9, Neil has 9. So you and DC for Life, Texas, are tied for the 3rd best odds of winning the Dallas Cowboy ticket with the seat attached to it. So y'all really out here moving, making things happen. Yeah, he loves him with a capital L. He loves him some Brandon Cooks. Hey, my boy said I'm cooking right now. Hey, man. Hey, I'm trying. I ain't trying to cook no bull either, man. This is gonna be a 5-star meal. Probably from filet mignon. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes folks get in the kitchen, they can only come back with cereal and milk. But we're gonna whip something up today, man. We're gonna whip something up. So, right. So we saw 2016. Everything was in place. He had the infrastructure to be successful. 2017, they did not add on to that. Right, you had numerous changes along the offensive line. One, because they were too cheap to bring back Leary. The other one, because Tyron Smith went down with an injury. You lost, Ezekiel Elliott. So they put a whole lot more on Dak Prescott's plate. And shout out to my brother, the original people, for the donation, man. I appreciate you for the love and support, my guy. Salute to you. In fact, I think that got you another entry too. Matter of fact, because you sent something earlier. So yeah, the original people. This got you an extra entry into the ticket raffle. Hey, shout out to NFZ for the raffle entry. Let me add you in here, my boy. So that's your first entry, if I'm not mistaken. And then the original people, you now have 3 entries. So salute to you, man. Appreciate all y'all for the love and support, man. Hey, it's all good. I know you're not worried about the raffle, but fair is fair. If you sin during the course of a raffle, I'm always, make sure that y'all get an opportunity to win the prizes at hand. Some of y'all give from the heart, but at the same time, I still want to, reward people, for their faith in me. You know what I mean? All right, the original people said he does not want to be in the raffle, so it's all love, man. Yeah. He said, "Yeah, let him show love, original people." Yeah, facts on top of facts. But yeah, man, lamb chops. We're gonna cook some lamb chops. We're gonna cook some filet mignon. We might even do some flounder, man. We might get real sedity, high class. Flounder, ugly fish, but I heard it's a delicacy or some shit like that, man. I don't know. I might have to whip something up. But from 2016, great season. 2017 fell off because the infrastructure was not there. The play calling was not there. They could not overcome, those deficiencies. And thus Dak Prescott could not build on what he had started the year before. Now, when he, was out there the first part of the season, when he had his offensive line, when he had Ezekiel Elliott on the team, he was going to score over 30 touchdowns that year. He was on track to score over 30 touchdowns through the air. Through 8 games, he had threw 16 touchdowns. So you would imagine, he would at least thrown another 14 over the course of the next 8 games if he had Ezekiel Elliott to mitigate some of the offensive stress that they placed upon him. What's up with you, Jasmine guys? Thank you for tapping in. Shout out to you, and shout out to my brother JC as well. Y'all support them and their channel over there, man. They always come through showing love. So salute to them as well. Joshua Fisher. What's up? Say, Henny, do you even chew up them facts before you spit them all over the place? No, I do not. I do not. So 2017, he did not really build on what he did in 2016 because of those deficiencies that we spoke about. 2018, they lost Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant was not there, and they attempted to replace the production of Dez Bryant with wide receiver by committee. And we all know how that worked out. JC, what's up with you, man? I see you. Thank you for tapping in and showing your support, my guy. Salute to you. Also, you know what I'm saying? Like 2018 was horrible. We had the Deontay Thompson come in, and the moment that the Dallas Cowboys cut Deontay Thompson, right, he was out of the league. Right? We had Allen Hurns, who had not been a productive wide receiver in the league. He was like 2 or 3 years removed from the last time he was productive when the Dallas Cowboys picked him up. So they picked up a bunch of wide receivers, that were not, of actual quality. And, we suffered for it. Even with Ezekiel Elliott, we did not have the receiving threats that we needed to be a successful offense, right? We did not have the receiving weapons that we needed to excel and take the next step to be a true contender. So that's why the Dallas Cowboys broke down and made the trade for Amari Cooper midway through the season. So, you did not have continuity because you waited halfway through the season. We waited halfway through the season before the Dallas Cowboys, said, well, hey, I'm gonna see what I can do, man. I'm gonna get to them before I leave out of here. Because I actually need to mod them up. I need to mod my brother Justin Kitchen up. There's a couple people I'm supposed to be modding, man. So yeah, I'll go ahead and throw y'all in there, man. You never have too many mods, especially with all these fake profiles and goofies and creeps that be slide through here, man. So yeah, you never have too many mods. So I got y'all. Yeah, so so we're talking about continuity, right? That's the word I had all y'all put in there. I had y'all put continuity, inside of the chat box. I had y'all put continuity inside of the chat box. Well, these first 3 years are not really no continuity, right? Because you did not have, 2016 was great, but 2017 you lost Zeke for a good portion of the season. You lost Tyron Smith for a good portion of the season. You lost Leary and did not adequately replace him. He was a very good, guard for you while he was here, right? Then 2018, you waited till halfway through the season to replace Dez Bryant, right? So you changed your entire wide receiving core. You changed your entire wide receiving core basically, right? With the departure of Dez Bryant. So there was not much continuity. There was not much to build on those first 3 years, right? And even though he played better down the stretch when he got Amari Cooper, he would have been a much better player, would have much more development had he been there from the get-go, or if they had went out there and, properly addressed the wide receiving hole left by the departure of Dez Bryant. What's up with you, David? I appreciate you tapping in with me, man. Salute to you. Oh, yeah, I got them. Don't even worry about it. Do not let me end the show without giving them one. I need y'all to continue to remind me throughout the course of the show. Do not let me end the show without giving them folks one. Okay, let me see something. Okay. Matter of fact, if y'all bear with me, I'll go ahead and do it now while it's on my mind. So JC, there you go. You're part of the wrench gang. Salute to you. Now, Miss JC, is your turn. Boom, part of the wrench gang. There you go. And then I also need to wrench up my brother Justin Kitchen. Hopefully Justin just fall into the chat box and I can go ahead and add him without looking too hard. But yeah, I got y'all in there, man. Salute to y'all. So as we see by his first 3 years, you cannot really say that there is a lot of continuity with what the Dallas Cowboys did for Dak Prescott. Right. And then when you think about that on the other end, he couldn't get to stop. Yeah, we had a defense that could not stop anything, in terms of runs. Yeah, I get Swain. I'm really surprised Swain ain't got one already. There you go, Swain. And the bigger that the channel gets, the more mods will need. So, hey, we are good. We are in a good place. Swain, Henny just don't work without him. Facts on top of facts, man. So yeah, so those were the first 3 years, right? Dak Prescott been in the league seven years, right? So continuity, whatever you want to call it. 2019, there was another change, and it was a big change because our entire offensive system changed in 2019. 2019, is the year that Kellen Moore became the offensive play caller for the Dallas Cowboys. And said, yeah, my wrench game heavy in the lounge. There's so many supporters for real, but I'm about to be done with it soon. All the main squad already on deck. Facts. I feel that. So, hey, let's just go through the list of things, just from year to year. From 2016 to 2017, we saw that Zeke got suspended 6 games. Tyron Smith got hurt. Leary left. Right. So there was that was not continuity there. They did not roll over any good habits. 2017 to 2018, you lost Dez Bryant. Right. You lost Dez Bryant. If I'm not mistaken, you lost Jason Witten too. Did Jason Witten not leave in 2018 and then come back in 2019? So you lost Jason Witten. You lost the Henny. All the boxes are broken down, and y'all crazy as hell. So you lost Dez Bryant. You lost Jason Witten. You waited till mid-season to actually replace Dez Bryant. So you can't really say there was continuity there in terms of what you wanted to do offensively, especially since you had a revolving door at the wide receiver position and the pass catcher position. 2019, you entirely changed your offensive scheme, right? You moved away from what Linehan wanted to do, and you moved towards the digit system with Kellen Moore. It became a more pass-happy offense. If I'm not mistaken, Dak Prescott, 2019, averaged more throwing attempts in his career than he ever did. Right? I think he averaged more passing attempts a game that year than he ever did the previous 3 years. So 2019, you changed your offensive philosophy. 2020, Dak Prescott only plays 5 games, breaks his leg, has one of the worst statistical defenses in the modern era. So what is the continuity, year in and year out with the Dallas Cowboys? It really only happened in 2021, right? He came back. All his wide receivers were still in place. The offensive system that they were trying to implement the last 2 years was still in place, right? The offensive line, while it did struggle in pass protection, was still in place. That was the first year of continuity. This year, you know what I'm saying? Even with him missing games, right? Even with him missing games, he still had CD Lamb there. He still had Kellen Moore, Mike McCarthy. He knew what he needed to be running. He knew the things that needed to be done. So there was still continuity there. And now we're adding on it even further. He'll actually be healthy this year, right? They built on what they did the previous seasons. Mike McCarthy led them to back-to-back 12-win seasons. They won a playoff game for the first time. So this is really, when you look at it from an overall team perspective, this is the first time that the Dallas Cowboys have really trended in the right direction. 2021, won 12 games, made the playoffs, lost first round. 2022, won 12 games, made the playoffs, won a playoff game, then lost in the very next round. So, they're building. So if you build upon this, right, you are expecting to at least make the NFC Championship game this time around, because you won 12 games already. You won a playoff game already. You improved your offensive personnel for the first time in a long time. Right? You brought in, a Brandon Cooks, because you didn't adequately replace Amari Cooper the year before that. Right? You brought in a Brandon Cooks. You brought in a Stephon Gilmore, due to the Anthony Brown injury and not wanting to resign him. So they're actually making steps in improving. They actually had the continuity there at this point. So that's why Dak Prescott's excited. That's why you should be excited. That is why you should be excited about what you're going to see this season. Because Dallas Cowboys don't usually manage their roster like this. A lot of times, they want to be cheap. They like their guys. They like the next man up mentality. And that's not really what happened this year. In years past, they would have re-signed Noah Brown and they would have tried to sell you on his development as a player. Right? Those are things that the Dallas Cowboys would have done in years past. They would have re-signed Noah Brown to a minimum contract. They would have hyped him up. They would have told you about his development as a player with Dak Prescott, his second year as a full-time starter, blase, would have gassed that young man up and ran him out there with Dak Prescott. Instead, they let him walk. They brought in Brandon Cooks, who has had 6,000-yard seasons since entering the league, right? Has been a number one option every stop at every team he's been on. So they actually went out there and improved their team, to keep the continuity that was there. Right? But listen, we saw that it didn't work last year. So, you wanted to build upon what you did last year, to get where you want to be. A lot of time with Dallas in Dak Prescott's tenure here, they take a step forward one year, and then they'll take a step back the following year, and then they have to take another step forward the following year just to get back to where they were. And I'm investing in run defense. And they invest in the run defense. We definitely should have a much improved run stopping unit this year, in comparison to what the hell we put on the field these last couple of seasons. So I'm very excited about that. So that's just the recent history. That was Dak Prescott. So when he said for the first time in his career that the Dallas Cowboys are actually building on something, right? He said, it's the first time in my career I could say I feel like consecutive seasons are building. You love to hear it. Because even when they were not building upon past success, Dak Prescott was still effective. Right, we didn't make the playoffs. Dak Prescott still threw for 30 touchdowns and 4,900 yards in 2019. We were a bad team. Dak Prescott in 2020. Dak Prescott was on track to throw for 6,000 yards. He was with the league leading passer when he got hurt. We didn't really build on a lot of this stuff, and we still found ourselves with winning records or sneaking into the playoffs or doing this. To actually actively push and improve your team, consecutive seasons is the one thing the Dallas Cowboys have not done, and they did it this year. He said, Overshawn up next. Yeah, definitely do that, man. And when you do let me know because I'll go check it out, man. At least I like Overshown. I would like to see him get some rotational snaps this year. But I think once a guy like J-Ron Curse is gone, who's already has the green dot, is pretty much J-Ron Curse is a safety in name only because he has the green dot. He plays in the box so much. He's basically a linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys at this point. So I think he'll get more burn. When J-Ron Curse is gone. Not saying that I want him to be gone, but we just know how they usually do in terms of veterans when you have younger guys on the team. They usually try to swap them out. But yeah, I'm very interested in seeing what you can break down for me for Overshown because I like the kid. So let's continue with this train of thought. So he said, going back to 2021, we've been able to build. We built that year, and we can build again. I think that's the best real chance that you have of making it. You got to give it knocks. You've got to see what it feels like. Us having that now, you feel a lot more comfortable. You're excited about the details, the changes that we've had on the offense and just the team. I'm looking forward to it and a lot of excitement. Dak Prescott, here's another key word I want y'all to put in there. Put details for me in the chat box. Everybody rocking with your boy, drop details in the chat box. Work your fingers a little bit for your boy, man. I ain't asking too much. Just drop details. And listen, I didn't even ask y'all to write a hard word this time. I ain't give you no spelling bee word like Mickey said. I just want you to put details in the chat box. This is like the 100th time Dak Prescott has mentioned the word details. He said detail the hell out of it one time. So what I take from that, and I could be off base, I don't think I am though. But what I take from that is he is excited about this offensive system because one, Dak Prescott is a great quarterback in terms of analyzing a defense pre-snap. And when you know the details of your route, when you know the proper depth, the proper timing, the reason you are running the route, the depth you're running it to, the purpose of the concept that you are running, right? You can throw the ball with so much more, anticipation. On an option route, you have too many choices, and you're both guessing. The quarterback and the wide receiver will have to be on the same page, on the same accord, in order for option routes to continue to work. And as we saw, this does not always work. It just doesn't always work. It doesn't always work. So that's what I think that he really means about details, because in this system, right, in this system, there's not going to be a lot of option routes. West Coast concepts mean you're going to be moving in space. You're going to be a vertical passing attack. You're probably utilized to play action more. Dak Prescott knows, where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be there, right? So he can get to his progressions quicker. He does not have to hold the ball, as long as he did to wait for the option routes to develop. He does not have to do any of that. So, that's why I feel he's hyped about this. And like JC pointed out, he said having these explosive receivers, He said, I be hyped too. That's one of the next things I'm going to actually talk about. When I make a video, I'm going to discuss, how explosive this wide receiving room is. I think it's the fastest wide receiving room that Dak Prescott has ever played with. I could be mistaken, but I am definitely going to go out there, put a video together, and we will have that discussion about if this is really, you know, the most explosive, or fastest wide receiving core that he's played with in his tenure with the Dallas Cowboys. But really, when you look at top to bottom, you got a 4-3 guy in Cooks, a 4-3 guy in Tony. You got a 4-3 guy, a 4-2 guy really in Turpin. I think they say he actually ran a 4-2. You got a 4-3 guy in Tyron Johnson if he makes the team, a 4-4 guy in Tobert, a 4-4 guy in Marino Cropper, a 4-3 guy in Simi. You got some weapons you can utilize within the passing game. You know what I'm saying? So I would be excited too. Just like you said, I definitely would be excited playing with that. He said it's like finding a fresh Air Forces on sale. He said the fastest wide receiving core that would have the most drops. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the Texans, since they have Noah Brown, a rookie, and what's the boy name? I really wanted him too. I'm not gonna lie to you. But what's that boy name from Houston? Tank Dell, right? So I'm sure that young, inexperienced wide receiving core that y'all got are going to drop more balls than the Dallas Cowboys wide receivers. I'm pretty sure. Teams will have to respect our wide receivers, so that means less players in the box, and we all know what that means. Time for Pollard to get busy. Okay, cool. He said MG is a one-legged Cooks. why you be doing this to that boy, Danny? Listen, every time you come into the chat box, Danny, you choose violence on Michael Gallup. Ooh, y'all be wilding, man. Yes, YTB said all them boys could run. So yeah, and listen, they fit the scheme. You got guys that actually fit the scheme this time around. Yep, like my boy said, West Coast offense is Dak friendly. It certainly is, man. Hey, matter of fact, Texas Coast offense is Dak friendly. And I said they put their own spin on it. They put their own spin on it. So I am glad. I'm really glad about that. So let's go on to some of the other things he was talking about. So, we talked about him, having continuity for the first time, since he's been here, right? Really having continuity. We talked about the details. We talked about his mindset going into the season. Let's take a look at some of this other stuff. So this is actually from a local reporter there that was covering Dak Prescott. Dak actually said that he worked out with Ezekiel Elliott just that morning. Like him and Ezekiel Elliott just worked out, according to what he told them. And he said that he's excited for Ezekiel Elliott's next opportunity. So, I am really curious at this point. I'm not saying that Zeke is coming back, but at this point in time, man, you can't rule it out either. You really can't rule it out, because he is always with Dak Prescott at this point. Like, he is always with Dak Prescott and the team working out during this offseason. And I know that he was a leader on their team. I know they like him personally. I know they all think of him as a friend. Some of the younger guys think of him as a big brother. All those different things. But shoot, like, he is not left from underneath Dak Prescott. So, it makes me think there's a possibility. I'm not sure about the validity of it. Not sure the Dallas Cowboys want to do it, but there is still a chance. You know, they talked about this all off season. There being an opportunity to bring Ezekiel Elliott back. You know, jersey sales of number 15 Zeke jersey would be crazy. Daddy, I knew we both knew what we were talking about. Cause I just was talking about that jersey and you put it in the chat box. Wow. Eastside Hero, you out there crying, man? I didn't try to let them whack you like that, man. I didn't try to let them get you whacked. So moving along before we get out of here. Hey, shout out to my boy Eastside, man. My brother sent a super chat and said, "Go Texas, Astros, and Rockets." Y'all definitely can't keep whacking my brother, especially since he out here, you know, sending supers and stuff. Y'all gonna have to let him. He with me. Hey, you know when you go into the wrong neighborhood, but you got somebody but you got somebody to live from off over there. Yeah, he may be deep in Dallas Cowboy territory, but he with me right now, man. So y'all let the boy Eastside make it, man. Y'all let Eastside make it. There you go, Justin. Hey, Justin, tap in. Do me a favor. Tap in on your YouTube for me because I forgot to add you as an admin the last show. Yeah, Danny Savage pointed out top 10 selling jerseys in the league are Micah, CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott. He says Will Greer has number 15. Listen, I want you to understand something. Will Greer does not have to make the team. Jerry Jones will walk Will Greer to the door in order for Ezekiel Elliott to get that number 15 jersey. So he's either going to come up outfit. Because listen, number 15 is not selling with Will Greer's name on it. Number 15 is not selling with Will Greer's name on it. But that number 15, yeah, man, it's gonna do some digits. It's gonna move some units, man. There you go. Here you go, and here go your wrench. There you go, kinfolk. So salute to you, Justin. Well, hey, all y'all welcome my boy Justin into the wrench gang, man. He said, "No way, Zeke has to pay up." Man, listen. Listen. I know for a fact. Right, hold on. I know for a fact that Jerry Jones, paid, for Jalen Smith to rock number 9. I know that from a fact. So, I feel like in a similar situation to improve jersey sales with a little bit of money, for a little bit of money, it will cost, for Jerry Jones to pay that little fee for Zeke to rock that 15. He gonna make that back 10 times over in those jersey sales. Ezekiel Elliott in a Cowboys 15 is probably going to be a top seller in the league. It's probably going to be a top 5 selling jersey. That and then the other merchandise with him rocking 15. Yeah. He could print money putting that boy in 15. Especially, if he's only the short yardage back, all he got to do is go out there and score touchdowns. Yeah. He'll print money. He'll print his own money doing it like that. Now, I'm not saying it's I'm not saying it's fair, but life ain't fair. I believe that too. But you need a short yardage back. Yeah, they need a short yardage back. They need a goal line threat. They need a better pass blocker. So like Zeke has a place on the team Then Jerry Jones can recoup. Jerry Jones can recoup, whatever he pays Ezekiel Elliott. If Ezekiel Elliott plays for a veteran minimum, about $2 million, he'll make about 10 in jersey sales off of Zeke. It's really a win-win for Jerry Jones. So y'all, man, we got about 5 minutes left. So I need y'all to go ahead and drop your questions in the chat box. I need y'all to go ahead and drop y'all questions within the chat box. You got questions, I got answers. I do have to depart from y'all because I have to spend some time with my wife. We're gonna watch that new Secret Invasion, that new Marvel show. So y'all drop y'all questions in the chat box and I will answer. That he said he divorced. Y'all so damn crazy. How much trouble is Tyreek in? Not much. Not in my opinion, anyway. As long as it wasn't against, as long as the act of violence was not against a woman, they will let him make it. The same way that Alvin Kamara punched down a dude in the club, he's going to be he's still going to play this year. He'll be fine. As long as he punched another grown man, the NFL is going to, they're going to look the other way, really. Did you see that Joe Hayden said how he should get D-Hop and Cook? No, I have not talked about it. And you're fine. But yes, I did see what he said. And listen, I'm going to say it like this. His scenario would involve getting rid of Michael Gallup. The Dallas Cowboys will have to find a team willing to trade for Michael Gallup because they cut him right now. They got too much dead money. So, they really don't have an out within his contract until next year. So it'll be a little hard to move on from CeeDee Lamb like that. Not CeeDee Lamb, but from Michael Gallup like that. He said, if a Cowboy, yeah, that's how it works, man. Can't trade MG for a used rubber. Well, this is the thing. He definitely does not have a trade market right now, just by the fact that he's been, injured and unproductive the last 2 seasons. So you really will have a hard time finding somebody to trade for him. Yeah, he was saying to get rid of him because you really can't cut him because of the dead money. You will have to trade him, but he doesn't really have a trade value right now because of him not really playing up to par and being injured the last 2 years. So you really couldn't move on from Michael Gallup the way that people think that you could. If you look at a horizontally flipped picture of Zeke, it looks kind of like 15 meant to be. Yeah. But would trade him clear to 13 million? It would not clear 13 million. Let's take a look. Glad you asked. Let me pull it up real quick. We'll use over the cap real quick and we'll take a look. So the Dallas Cowboys trading Michael Gallup would have $4.3 million in dead money and a cap saving of $2.4 million. Well, if they wait next year, right? If they wait the very next year, they will have a cap saving of $9.5 million if they traded him after June the 1st. Not really. Doesn't really help them the way that it should. So yeah, I don't think they would be willing to trade him. We're gonna extend Diggs. I think Dallas Cowboys do the smart thing and get these contracts done. They know that they know that they're a contender this year. They need to keep Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb and Micah and Diggs all together for as long as humanly possible to extend their championship window. So we'll see. But you never know. Michael Gallup might bounce back and be able to be a contributor. I'm not saying that he'll be the guy that had 1,100 yards that one year, but he will still be. He still has the opportunity to be a pretty productive wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. Not tonight, Double R. Yeah, Gallup at 3 is fine. Gallup at 3 is one of the better, threes in the NFL. King G, what's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in and hitting the like button, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button and that share button for your boy, man. Salute to y'all. So yeah, man. I am gonna go ahead and depart from y'all, man. I do appreciate y'all for taking the hour out y'all day to come through, parlay and chill at the liquor store the way that y'all did. So thank y'all for the love and the support. Y'all make sure to hit that like button, hit that share button on the way out. Slap the shit out of Eagles fan for me on the way out. Continue to hit that Cash App. Continue to hit that super chat, super stickers for me on the way out, and continue, to stand tall, man. We are America's team. We are, going to be in contention for a championship this year, man. Like regardless of what people think, the little kiki jokes. The Dallas Cowboys are always in contention to win a championship. We're one of the winningest regular season teams in the NFL since the 2000s. So the only thing we have to do is get over the hump. We got the coach for it. We got the quarterback for it. We got the weapons for it. And we got the defense for it. Never let them tell you what the hell the Dallas Cowboys will or will not do, because the numbers say we got a good chance than anybody, man. Real talk. Get it, y'all. Peace. One love.